Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2004 sixth round pick from the University of Oregon, safety Keith Lewis.
Yay! How goes it, brother?
How's it going, man? Introduce to the audience. Tell them where they can find you on social media.
Man, everything is everything, you know. The grind's still the same. Damn. Trying to get through this pandemic and just keep doing our thing, right?
Yeah. So, tell me about how you got to go to Oregon at first. You know, you were playing high school, but what position did you start out first?
So I started out as I was a running back in high school, which is funny. I got recruited as an athlete to Oregon. So I'm like, okay, what's an athlete? You know. And so I started off at receiver, and then they moved me over to safety, and they were like, dude, the way you play with so much aggression, you need to be on defense. And I was like, okay, cool. Then I played safety. Never played safety in my life. And then,
So,
you know what I'm saying? It ended up working out. But uh, damn, I wonder what I could have done if I was a running back still.
probably could have trucked people over.
Huh?
Probably could have trucked over people with your physicality, the way you hit people. It seemed like you would have just run people over, like kind of like a Steven Jackson.
I definitely miss, you know what? That's the best word. I do miss hitting people. It's I didn't realize how much joy I got from that. And even when I go and I coach high school football, I tell them there's nothing you could do in life that you could hit somebody and not get in trouble for it. You know what I'm saying? So take out all your aggressions, everything that you have to, like, you know, that went on during the day, during the school life, and blah blah blah. Take that out on the football field, dude. That is like the best counseling you could ever get in life.
Yeah, there's no crimes on it because you're just going to hit and tackle somebody. Like I played this game before too, so it's like you can take your aggression on the field instead of just taking it on the wrong people.
Right. So it's yeah, that's that.
So, so how was it like on your draft experience? You know, when you got drafted in the NFL, what was that opportunity feeling like when you got
Dude,
drafted?
so okay, I could be honest with you. Before I got drafted, I can sit there and say I was stressed out, man. I was at my parents' house and I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn, I'm about to be working at McDonald's. I really said that. Like that's the phone wasn't ringing, blah blah blah. I was supposed to be drafted in the first day. That's when they had, you know, the first day 3 rounds and then et cetera, right? Um, I was supposed to be drafted in the third round. Didn't happen. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm stressed out. Like I really was stressed out because I didn't know what life had for me after the fact, you know. So it was trying to figure that whole thing out. I got in a little bit of trouble before the draft situation. So I got into a bar fight, et cetera, and that dropped my draft status, and then I became a locker room problem and the whole thing, and blah 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 blah. So I didn't get drafted to the sixth round. I got called by Dennis Erickson. He was like, "Hey, remember Dennis Erickson was at Oregon State, and I was at University of Oregon." He was like, "So instead of going against you, are you ready to play for me?" He was the head coach at the 49ers. And I said, "Oh my gosh." Before that phone call, I got a phone call from Detroit Lions saying, "Hey, would you be like it was like a some type of it was almost like a walk on, like somebody who would come on and be like on the practice squad or whatnot, and blah blah blah." And I'm like, damn, like the draft is still going on, so why are you offering me that? Like, no. So it's a crazy experience. It's one of those things that you're like, it's it kills your pride. You know what I'm saying? And so when Dennis Erickson called me and he said, "Hey, I'm tired of going against you. I want you to play for me now." It was such a good feeling, man. Like being able to partner up with him and be it was me, Cody Pickett, and Richard Sherman. Not Richard Sherman. What the hell is his name? The linebacker, Richard. Richard from Oregon State.
Ziegler or something?
Siegler. Yes.
Ziegler, yeah.
So it was, yeah. And it was crazy being with all of them after I just talked crap about all of them in the newspaper and all the radios and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially your playing days, man. You just had a way to yap a little here and there. But I was surprised. I've heard of you being considered like a top pick at safety, and I guess you slide because of what they were saying about your issue off the field or something like that. But I guess you were just like a reckless dude off the field. Like you played like you were like a linebacker out there, but instead you're a safety, man.
I will literally tell you right now, everybody will vouch for me. I'm still friends with all my peoples from, that I played with or whatnot, at the university or whatnot. But they will tell you, if you play offense, I don't fuck with you. It is what it is. That's being politically correct right there. So they will tell you that. They will all tell you that. I got into fight with linemen and all that because I do me. I don't I'm fighting for the defense. But at the end of the day, if we was on the street somewhere, I got your back. You know what I'm saying? But it's just one of those that I during practice and doing all these things, dude, we had a big old brawl. Dan Weaver and everybody. I told the whole offensive line, I said, "You guys are a bunch of pussies." We
Oh,
were
you
whipping
got
their
them,
ass that day. We were killing them that day, and I called them out. Guess what happened after practice? It was a big old brawl. He didn't want to fight, so it was cool. But that's the brotherhood, and that's the things that I miss. You know what I'm saying? That's like looking back at. I will never forget that. You know what I'm saying? Those are. It brought us together. We won a lot of games together. You know what I'm saying? Because but it takes somebody to stand up for what they really believe and what they really care and to actually stand up for it. So doing that, I'm telling you right now, dude, it was the best thing that ever happened in life. So
yeah, I mean, you've got to live out the dream. Most players, like most people who came out of your city or out of that, they wouldn't make it out. But how were you able to do that? Like you said, somebody changed your mind. You were able to stick with football. Like who was the person that came to mind?
So his name is Andre Avent, my cousin. I was game banging. I was doing everything that I wasn't supposed to be doing. Valley Eye Gangsta Crib, doing the whole thing that, like I said, I shouldn't have been doing. Oh, this is Jackie.
That.
I'm doing an interview. You're interrupting us.
Yeah, you're funny, bro.
So I was doing the whole thing, and he literally, bro, like he saved my life. So, my brother Gary Lewis, he stepped up and he did some things that he shouldn't have done, but he done for me because I'm the little bro, So that's just what happened. He ended up getting locked up, and my cousin was like, "Dude, you're an athlete. Like, you don't need to be doing this shit." Like, he literally told me. He told me straight on, like, you don't need. It's like you have too much potential. You do not need to be doing this. And it's crazy because if you look at Deion Sanders posted something on Instagram, I think it was yesterday, and he talked about how gangsters are not athletes, like athletes are not gangsters. And he posted on Instagram. I'm sure you will find it, but he was just talking about how the old days they took care of their people. Like, dude, this is the streets isn't for you. Do something better in life. Some people are made for that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then there's just something I want you to look that up though. That Deion Sanders posted something. It was yesterday on Instagram. I guarantee you'll be like, oh my lord, like it's true. Like, so he told me, like you have a lot going for you. And getting kicked out of school to school, I got, I kicked out of, got expelled from one school, went to another school, got expelled from that school, went to another school, and blah blah blah. And then that's when I had to sit down. But all in all, it takes somebody to stand up for you. It takes somebody to tell you you're about something rather than, what I'm saying, doing the bullshit that everybody accepts in life. So, and I will never forget that moment when he looks me in the eye and said, Keith, hey, you're about something. Go and do it. Like, don't do this game, bang your life and all this crap and blah, blah, blah. So that's what I ended up doing. And I will never forget that day, ever.
All it takes is one person to influence you and change you in a lot of different ways. Yeah. Like I remember a time I grew up with some people like that, my friends who was very close to me, but he told me not to do that path and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. And it cost him his life too, but he did give me that clear message. Don't do something like that, man. You're going to be dead too soon. Yep. And it happens with a lot of people. Like when you were playing football, man, you were just playing like you wanted to kill somebody on the field.
I think that I played dirty. I tackled you. I grabbed you by the balls. I tackled you. I grabbed you. I scratched you in the face. Like I don't care. Like, because the same time I tackled was the little running back from UCLA. No, sorry, Colorado. When I tackled him by the face, he bit me. So it was, you know what I'm saying? I still have a.
Oh, okay, on your arm?
I still have a mark.
Damn, they bit you right there?
Yeah, he bit me. And it's fine.
I would hate that mark.
But you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I'm cool with that. And that's when I was like, you know what? I'm going to play dirty too. And that's just what it was. I love it. I am going to grab you by the nuts.
And you're just going to play dirty on the field, whether they like it or not. Even if the refs throw the flag, you're still going to just take that free blow and just take a player out of the game?
Yep. And I'm going to tell you how I feel about it, and I don't care. Like Nate Burleson, he could kiss my ass. I fucking hate him. What's the little quarterback? What's with Denver?
You mean Jay Cutler?
He could kiss my ass.
Okay, that's your mindset. Like, you don't care.
Those are the only two players I literally hate in the NFL. When I played, I don't care for them. They can kiss my ass. I don't care for them.
That's just how it is with defense, man. When you have that target, you just don't care. You just want to take them out. That's what it was. Like the way you were hitting, man. I seen how you were getting feisty, man. They would call penalties on you a lot of times, man. You would just come on the play. And I guess you kind of just let them know, like, hey, I ain't no pushover over here, man.
The sad part was when the whole helmet to helmet thing happened with me and Cutler, John Lynch came off the sideline pissed off. He was mad at me. I'm like, brother, I respect you. I got no problem with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a legend, you know? So I'm like, dude, I hate pretenders. You know what I'm saying? So he was trying to protect his quarterback. care for his quarterback, but he's a legend. John, you know what I'm saying? Like John Lynch is a legend.
Yeah, for his own right. Like he's been a legend for the Buccaneers, and he was playing with Denver, and this guy's running the front office now. So it's like, hey, how come this guy
I'm going
moves
to
up
the
to the
game.
chain?
I'm going to the game October 3rd, Seattle. So it'll be interesting to be be able to go back. I never played in that stadium to go and check it out and see everything that's going on. I'm excited to go to Bryan Young's. I just got invited to go to his Hall of Fame thing happening November 3rd or 4th, I believe. So I just got the invitation yesterday or the day before yesterday. But so I'm looking forward to doing things like that, and I think Bryan Young was the first. He was the first guy to look at me in the eye. We're playing against Minnesota. He looked at me. He was like, "Your mom ain't here to protect you now, boy." And I'm like,
That's kind of funny how he would do that, man. Like,
"You're in the huddle," and I'm like,
you.
"Oh shit." So yeah, so it was, So like I said, he's a legend, and I'm so, especially with the organization, everything he has done. When you talk about a man that cries, you talk about a man that he could get through to you without using a cuss word, if that makes sense. And
Yeah.
that's
So
who he is.
so
He
what?
is.
Yeah. So what was it like to play in the locker room with the Niners? Like, which teammates were like the ones you got along with the most, and which ones on the locker room you couldn't get along with?
I got along with my boys. So I got everybody. I got Mike Adams. I had Shante Spencer. Okay, I gotta tell you about Nate Clements, right? So he got traded over. Came over from Buffalo. Got that massive deal. I don't know, like got like 100 million or something crazy. This dude ordered what car was it? He ordered it. Oh my gosh, he can't even drive it. To make a long story short, it wasn't a McLaren. It was a. It was one. What was the car that was in the James Bond movie?
Like kind of like those Rolls Royce or something.
It was a
Cadillacs, right?
It was a what?
Was it like a Cadillac or something?
No, it was a. No, it wasn't a Maserati. It was the other one. But anyways, he didn't even know how to drive a stick yet. So when we got done with practice and tour days and all that stuff, and I'm like, I got to drive one of those like whatever heck it was, but it was a $300,000 car. They dropped it off in front of the practice facility. He couldn't even pull it into the parking lot because he doesn't know how to drive a stick. Okay, so he asked me to drive it. I'm like, okay, cool. So I drive it, and then he was like, hey, so can you teach me how to drive a stick? Nate Clements came from the Buffalo Bills, and then, he was our corner, signed a fat contract. But when I say one of the hardest workers I ever seen in life, I never seen somebody work harder than him, other than Larry Allen. Larry Allen just as hard, but Nate Clements is right there. Dude, this is gonna drive me crazy right now. Anyways, yeah, I'm trying to think of the car. I'm like, oh my gosh, he will remember the story. I would teach him how to drive in. He had the biggest fear because he lived on a hill. He could not. He was so stressed out about driving a stick on up a hill, and he never driven a stick before. So, that's thinking of some of my fun memories. And you want to talk about Larry Allen?
Yeah, I want to hear about this one.
That's a man of few words. He's the only guy I could say that He had a limo that would drop him off at practice every day. He gets out, does this whole thing, blah blah blah. He's also the only guy I saw drive a Ferrari or drive a Rolls Royce Phantom in the rain, because I wouldn't do that. Those aren't rain cars for me, but apparently they are for him. He doesn't say much. He works out like a motherfucker. He's a hard worker. I never seen somebody stronger than him. He is the strongest man I ever seen in life. Um, he said, "Keith, where are you from?" I said, "I'm in Sacramento." He literally told me, "I go to Sacramento just to slap motherfuckers." That's what
What? He said that?
Who says that? You know what I'm saying? Like, he really said that to me. And I'm like, all right, brother. Okay. But no, he is he's the only guy I know that had a pet rhino. So
Yeah, I mean, he's like one of those strongest individuals, and even being like one of the most
yeah,
powerful guards in football. Even when he was a part of the Cowboys, as great as offensive line, but when he played his last 2 years with us, he did had a couple Pro Bowls, so he was still at his
yeah,
best.
yep.
So what was it? Okay, as far as like teammates, who was the more chill type of teammate that you got along with that didn't have any criticism on you?
Uh, I- I was one of those guys. I was just cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like and people say, "Do you miss the game?" I don't miss the game. I miss the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trent Dilfer called Alex one day, Alex Smith, and Alex Smith didn't answer the phone or something. They were supposed to go golfing. We all have our towels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trent Dilfer put some type of blue ink all over his towels so he couldn't see it. The towel's blue.
Yeah.
Alex washes his body with blue ink. Try explaining that to your wife why you are blue. Like it stained him. It was like when they put uh uh the hot stuff or whatever, and they put it in my deodorant, and I put it on, and I'm like, oh, my armpits were burning. Like, I miss that stuff. I don't miss, just like the camaraderie in the locker room was that was everything. I don't miss the game at all. You can't even play the game anymore. You can't even hit anybody anymore. Like,
Yeah, because it's
everything's
too
in
much
penalty.
protection.
Yeah.
Too much
So everything.
protection, like it. Well, my bad.
So I don't miss that part. I don't miss the game. I don't. Even with my businesses now, like, it's crazy that I wake up every morning hurting. I wouldn't change it for the world. I wake up every morning hurting, but I make the same money I made my rookie year right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's crazy that you could actually do things in life that you can make professional athlete money if you apply it correctly. You know, and I think that's one of the biggest lessons I learned. Like I hurt every day. I do. Do the NFL take care of me? Yes, they do. Do I miss the game? No, I don't. Do I miss the teammates and I miss the camaraderie? Do I miss the locker room? Yes, I do.
Well, of course, because like the passion, the way how some people were. Like I've interviewed some of your teammates before, like Derek Smith. He talks about how much he misses the game a little bit, but in some ways he's okay
Okay,
with it.
okay. I got to tell you something. I got to tell you something. Derek Smith. Oh my God, that boy crazy. Derek Smith is crazy. Hey, so him and Jeff Albrecht, best friends. They were so close. You know, like the stem unit that you do to like for pain and blah blah blah, and they put it on you and they put ice on you and blah blah blah. Jeff Ulbrich put the stem, you know, the little thing that sends the little whatever through, put it on his lip. You have to do it for 20 seconds at the high power for $1,000. His lip.
Damn.
Those are the things I missed. You know what I'm saying? You brought up Derek Smith. I'm like, holy crap. You think of Derek Smith, you think of Brandon Moore, you think of Jeff Ulbrich. You know what I'm saying? They were all the best of friends, and that's the crap I miss, you know.
Oh man, so it must have been the commodity at the time where you guys were having all that fun time. But what was it like playing with Jamie Winborn, man?
Speed Limit. Speed Limit was a fool. He just Speed Limit did what Speed Limit wanted to do. He you know what? He was always the life of the party, always the life of the locker room. One of the guys that you could always just you could talk to about anything. He used to drive a ugly ass what was it? One of those new like I don't know. One of those. It's like a. I'm trying to think of like LeBron James came out with. What was the new movie he came out with?
Space Jam or what?
Yeah. So it looked like one of the cars that was on one of those damn shows. It was a yellow one. It's a Chevy something. You know, one of those. It's like a truck kind of. It was ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he was. Winborn is cool as hell. He's always like, even if you heard of, you know, he had his battles in life and with cancer and everything. He's just he's a warrior in himself. Like, so always the life of the party, always the life of the locker room. Between him and Anthony Adams, I don't know who was funnier, but they were both pretty damn funny. But yeah, they were definitely people I miss.
Yeah. What about? I've seen, like, if you're talking funny as teammates, what was it like playing with Michael Robinson? I mean, this guy had a little personality also, along with Joe Staley together.
Mike Rob, he kind of came up like me though. So it was like we started with special teams and we worked our way up into like a primary role. So if I have to, Mike Rob is I was voted special teams captain for however long, and then right after I left, it was Mike Rob. But Mike Rob was always he's a stand up guy. He's been always business oriented, and he's one thing you could tell about certain people. You could tell he always wanted to do what he's doing now. You know what I'm saying? That's something that that was his goal even when he was with us. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to, you know, do this stuff for Penn State and blah 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 blah, and that's what he's doing. And you know what I'm saying? I respect the hell out of Mike Rob.
Yeah, like he kind of started out with his own thing called the Robinson Report during the days where you were the guy he would interview sometimes. Sometimes you would come out of the blue, or you would be sneaky on him a little bit or something like that, or he would interview a lot of other teammates. And then there was this, okay, I've interviewed another teammate of yours by the name of Mike Rump. What was your reaction of him? What was your, like, when you got to be around this guy?
Mike Rump was a tweener. So he was so when I got to the Lighters, he was a corner. Then they tried to move him to safety. Then they tried to do. He was one of those guys that could do a little bit of everything. That's funny. He was like my neighbor. He lived like down the street from me when I was with him. But He is definitely. He was just a tweener. He is he's a man of few words. He doesn't say much, but you can always count on him if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't say too much, but you can always count on him. He came from. That's kind of like when we got Frank Gore. You know what I'm saying? All they know is winning. You know, they're from the U. That's all they know. They know winning, and that's. I never seen people hurt the way they did after a loss. So I'm talking about emotionally, like tears, like the whole shebang. Like it's serious shit. They don't
Yeah,
lose. They don't lose. You know what I'm saying? That's so it is so crazy the way that it hits them way differently than it would hit me. I was we always had a thing. We say CTC, cut the check. That was our thing, right? So we will always laugh about TTC, cut the check. You gotta remember, my first year we went 2-14.
yep.
We beat
And you only beat the
Arizona
Cardinals.
twice. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was it.
that was a terrible time to be a fan when everybody was making fun of us at school, and we was like, dude, I remember like in high school, a lot of the people would be like picking on us, like, hey, you guys suck this year. I'm like, goddamn, not this
Right.
again.
So, like I said, like even with Frankie G, Mike Rumpet, he's a different cat. He's a special breed. Um, Smartest person I ever played with, the smartest person I ever played with in life is Ronnie Hurd. That dude he won't tell you shit, but when the coach asks you questions, you're pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying? But he's that guy. The guy I looked up to, Tony Paris, helped me out the most um, with everything, and I ended up taking his position. Um, and then I helped out Deshaun Goldson, and he ended up taking my position. So that's how, But if you're prideful in your work and you believe in what you do, I will bet me versus anybody every day. And that's some people have insecurities that they in the NFL business because that's how they feed their families. If that makes sense, so they don't want to help you out. They don't want you to be better than them. They don't want to tell you the little things that you need to know. Like Tony Parrish did exactly that. Told me everything I need to know. Helped me out with every play I need to know, and that was exactly that. Like I did with Deshaun Goldson. He took my position. I was cool with that. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things that it's a doggy dog world when it comes to playing professional sports. So
Yeah, no job is safe. I mean, you could. That's why
no.
they call the NFL for not for long. So, like, I guess from Notorious Gab, he was asking this question: what's your thoughts on the current 49ers team?
Hmm. Dude, I think it looks out. You know what I'm saying? Everything looks pretty good. Um, I do want to say something just for, Paris Harrelson. Like, dude, that was one of my dudes right there. For him
Oh,
to
I was
pass
gonna ask about
away
that
at such an
question.
early age, dude, I've never, that hit me a little differently. But people think, oh, you guys make all this money and you do this and you do that. We don't know the cause of his death yet, but say it has something to do with, you know, CTC or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But these are things that we're willing to jeopardize every day. You know what I'm saying? These are things that we did every day. Um, it hurt my heart to see him die at such an early age. And he was, you talk about, I will never forget his laughter, the way he talked. You know, always sounded like he had a stuffed nose, and it was just he was, dude. He was a fun guy to be around. So for him to pass away at 37, hits me a little different. So okay, so sorry about that. I got off track. Okay.
Oh no. But I was about to go with that question with Paris Harrelson, who recently passed away like a week ago or so. But this guy was really like he had his motor never stopped. He was very undersized, but he knew how to get the job done. He was a good run stopper. He led the team in sacks in 2008, actually, and that was like his best year overall. He was a wrecking, and I remember going to a first Candlestick Park game when actually against the Washington Redskins during the season finale, and you were just playing out there, and then there was just Paris Harrelson. They were trying to double this guy at that game. So it tells you how good he was.
Dude, he was a monster, and he had a spin move that was out of this world. Him and his spin move, I'm telling you, it was out of this world, and he was like I say, him as a human, like him as a friend, a teammate, you know, you don't find that often. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, I'm just talking about how good of a person he is as a person. I got invited to fly out to his funeral, but yeah, that hurts my heart. Solid dude. I won't make the funeral in that he's doing back home, but I will make the one that he's doing. They're doing it right before the game on October 3rd. So they're going to do something for him, and so I look forward to that.
Oh, okay. So like for him, like was he like one of those other teammates you were a lot close to besides the other guys in mind? Like was he like one of your top 5 closest teammates in mind or no?
Oh, that sucks. I can't do that. I can't do that. Come on now. I can't do that. I would say, hey, I brought Patrick Willis. I got pictures of me and Patrick when he still had a sticker on his helmet when he was a rookie. That was
I guess it's hard to pick a top 5 with him, but Paris Harrelson would be in your heart.
It'd be hard if I pick the top 5. It'll all be in my draft class. It won't be. My draft class was special. It was special. You know what I'm saying? Like we actually functioned together and we actually loved each other. You know what I'm saying? So other than Alex Smith, we call Alex Smith's nickname is Dollar Bill. That's when he signed that $50 million bill coming out. But so we called him Dollar Bill when he got drafted. But other than that, I don't. Yeah, Frank Gore, like I said, that's never been hit harder than somebody like, being somebody in the middle. Maurice Jones-Drew is the only guy that I hit that I felt, other than Frank Gore. Other than that, Sean Alexander's, all those little pancakes, those were easy tackles. I didn't. But yeah, I can only talk about my class. My class was special.
So what was like, I guess from what the Torres is asking right here, how did playing football set up for the rest of your life?
The grind. You don't mind working. Like I said, so I missed my interview earlier with you because I was busy firing somebody. I hire you to run a business, but I pull up and you're always at a bar. I don't pay you to hang out. They didn't pay
Right.
me to hang out. You know what I'm saying? So I the grind, it teaches you the work ethic. Like it teaches you football. I would never tell a kid not to play football. Now they're teaching kids don't play football because I'm like, dude, do what you want to do. I did what I did. I won't look back now and say, man, that really messed up my life. Um, does it hurt every day? It does, but at the same time, I would do it all over again. It wouldn't change anything because it also set me up for life. Do the right things. Having the right support team around you. Able to still have the passion, the desire to keep grinding. Like I don't like I do I miss the game? No, I don't. Like I don't at all. But I do love what the game instilled in me. I love grind. I love owning businesses and doing everything I'm doing now. So I do love that part. Um, is it a headache? Yeah, but it feels good to not have to be on time every day of the week. I'm supposed to be at work right now. I'm not.
But you're on your own boss, so you can do whatever you want.
One of my employees is there right now. Like, dude, I hate you right now.
Okay, so what was your favorite coach in the pros? Like, who was your favorite coach that you like playing for?
My favorite coach in the pros?
Yeah.
Coach Nolan. He's the first one to believe in me, and he is the first one that you know what I'm saying, when you feel shitty when you let your parents down or something, or whatever the case may be. He was the first one I felt bad about when I messed up on this play or I didn't do XYZ. So he Coach Nolan is my favorite coach for sure. Other than my high school coach. But
Okay.
that's about it.
So the interesting part about Mike Nolan was he did play at Oregon also, so maybe there's a little connection there.
Oh, I love Bilotti now. I forgot about Coach B now. So that's why I just got into a debate today, and I was trying to explain to them that Coach B is. It's like when Steve Kerr took over the Golden State Warriors. You got a hand me down. You got a layup, bro. Like you got Curry, you got the whole shebang. So it's kind of like when Chip Kelly took over from Bilotti. You got the whole shebang. So it's like when I talk about great motivator, he is definitely a positive guy, great motivator. He's somebody that you can always come to whenever you're in the gym. So the way everything's in the news now, it would have been swept under the rug then. You know what I'm saying? That's Coach Bilotti. I mean, he's solid as hell. So, and he's UC Davis and blah 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 from Sacramento. Oh, come on now, yeah. So there's a lot of love there.
Yeah, like especially coming from Sacramento, it must have been really hard to grow up. Like for myself, coming from Fresno, it's a little tougher too. So I guess we can all relate to coming from people just wanting to get out of the city.
I do love Fresno, man. They I will we was talking about that too today. I'm like, dude, I knew they was gonna be a good team. The thing I love about Fresno is Fresno State, they recruit within and they make it happen. They make it work. I knew there was going to be a balling ass team this year just because the way they put up a fight with us. They never back down to anybody. They will take up any challenge. Those are things I love about Fresno. But yeah, I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah, they beat UCLA too, who actually beat LSU, which is kind of strange.
Exactly. And Oregon played them, and that fight that they put up, I was worried. I thought we was gonna lose. I was like, oh my Lord. But I knew after that game and after the way Oregon beat Ohio State, I knew they would be in the top 25 ASAP.
Yeah. So looking at the way we were playing our first two games, do you think it's kind of like people overlooking the fact that we did play Detroit and the Eagles, and it's not exactly what people implicate? Like, let's say we do play the Packers, which is on a Sunday night. Do you really think we have a chance to silence those doubters a little bit, or you think they're just overlooking us too far?
What do you think about our running back situation?
A lot of injuries going on, but I think we're going to have Elijah Mitchell and Trey Sermon should be good. But
I think that's going to dictate a lot, dude. I like me. So if I answer this question, I'm just going to sit there and be real with you and be like, who's our quarterback?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Kind of, or all the way?
He's fully our starter for right now until Trey Lance is ready.
You said for right now?
For right now, yeah.
Oh.
But Trey Lance is going to be the future, so they're just letting this guy learn.
So you said for right now?
Yeah, for right now. He's the starter for now.
You think he'll finish the season?
That's the tricky question. That's what I'm thinking. Can he really finish a full healthy season? If he did it like in 2019, then it's possible. But I don't know.
Hey,
he's one hit away from being injured.
Do you think he's fighting for his job right now?
Yep. He's running for his life for his job like he did against the Eagles. He was running those quarterback sneaks and running a little bit here and there. It's like you don't see this kind of guy. It's like he is fighting for his job right now.
Okay. You know what? He I don't know. Like I said, every so if he was still dating the same girl, the stripper girl, you think he would? I mean, the porn star. Do you think that changed his perception now? You think he's on it now, or did he get caught up in the Hollywood lifestyle? Because once you get caught up in the Hollywood lifestyle, that's a wrap. I think he got caught up in the Hollywood lifestyle, and I think that so I don't have faith in him, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, once you get caught up in that, we know how that works out, bro. You know how it works. I'm like, bro, you get caught up in Hollywood, what happens? We could talk about, we go all the way back. Roy Jones Jr., when he was boxing, once he got caught up in Hollywood, what happened? He started losing. We talk about, we go on and on and on about with anybody when it comes to killing it and then being caught up in Hollywood. And even Vernon, dude. Vernon was a beast when he was a rookie with me. And then after that, I was just like, whatever. I never seen, once Larry Allen put him in check and the lock, dude, like I had to jump on Larry Allen from whooping his ass.
Damn.
Like that's how I'm just saying, once you get Hollywood, you get Hollywood, man. And this, I would never respect the Hollywood type person. I don't. If Hollywood was your destination, then you should have been there all jump. But if you're a football player, be a football player. Whatever comes after that, comes after that. Reggie Bush didn't go to Hollywood. He was just sought after for a long time. And his career ended up being doing things of the story, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So it was, but he wasn't just like, oh, I'm just going to be this Hollywood guy. No, that's not who Reggie Bush was. And I respect Reggie Bush, by the way. It only cost me $10,000 for a face mask, but it was.
Well, I mean, the guy was like really electrifying to watch. I mean, this guy was unbelievable. When you watched USC, they had two good running backs. They had Lindell White, but Reggie Bush was the electrifying star at that position. Yeah. At the time, Matt Leinart could have been a really good quarterback, but I guess for some reason he just didn't pan out. So it was like they had a really good talent on defense, and their offense, bro, they were off the chain. Like they were scoring high power. But until they played a team like Texas, they had this Vince Young guy and a bunch of these guys from Texas, and it was kind of like a crazy outcome how it could have been. But it was one of those best bowl games that people ever talk about to this day.
Absolutely. No, when I think, like I said, when I think of like ballers, he's definitely on the top. I don't know, man. There's so many good things I could say about so many good people. I was just lucky and fortunate to have the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Just there's nobody more flexible than Andre Carter, by the way.
Oh, yeah, he's a good dude. Seems like everybody talks a lot of good things about him as a teammate. And now he's coaching at LSU.
He had oh my goodness, he could do the splits and everything. You're like, you gotta be kidding me. Dude, I have so many good memories of so many people. I'm like, oh my gosh. And that's the things that I miss about football. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a hell about the other shit. I don't give a hell about, I don't even know how many games I won and lost in my career. I don't care. It's like I miss the individuals, you know what I'm saying? To still be in contact, you know, to be involved. I was in Brandon Moore's wedding. I was in when they visited Shante. You know what I'm saying? Doing things like that mean more to me than anything. I mean, way more to me than the game.
Yeah, like a lot of the times that you had, it's like you had the good memories, but it's like, hey, I got to do what I got to do. I'm making good money out of my business. But since you're an Oregon Duck, do you got a lot of good praise about this cornerback we drafted from Oregon, Eleanor? Like I'm hearing a lot of good things about this kid.
Lenore. Do I have a lot of good? Say that one more again.
Do you have a lot of good takes on Eleanor, who played at Oregon, the cornerback that we just drafted?
I'm like 5 minutes from the stadium right now. I could get there right now, but it's just I don't follow them like I should. I do a lot of events for them. Apparently, the guy is supposed to be good.
Yeah, like he's actually had his like a really solid game against the Eagles. Kind of gave up maybe one or two plays, but the rest of it he's kind of held his own against some good receivers. Like from the Eagles, he had like 3 pass breakups. He was all over the field a little bit. Some people are kind of questioning maybe he's a steal in the draft, being in the 5th round.
I heard he was a prima donna. We get our haircut at the same place, so it's one of those. I think the culture changed a lot. You know, even being at the barbershop and I'm seeing the coaches come in. Cool, right?
Yeah.
And I see players come in. Cool, right? Y'all don't fucking talk.
But they don't talk as much in the barbershop.
I've never seen nothing like that in my life. Dude, I sat there and I asked Coach, I said, Coach, y'all don't talk anymore? He thought this is the new culture. I said, what? This is crazy to
no
me.
Barbershop. No talking barbershop football.
We're all at... I was shocked. I was literally... I couldn't believe it. I thought that was insane. But yeah, that's the new thing. So
So you're starting to learn the new culture, and that's probably why you don't miss much about football these days, because in today's football, if you made those kind of hits, you'd be kicked out of the league or maybe face some big fines, huh?
Fact.
Like you just say, you don't care. You don't care. You just want to hit somebody. You don't give a damn.
That's it. I say I just want to bless you.
Man, definitely, bro. I like your good inputs of your stories, man. You got some good intakes, and I mean, I've seen you play before, and of course, I've seen a lot of number 28 coming on the field. There were some costly penalties. I was like, "What are you doing, man?"
They're like, "Man, you don't wear gloves." And I'm like, "No, I'm not here to wear gloves and dress fancy. I'm here to hit you and call it good."
So you got it from that old approach of a Ronnie Lott, right? You took that little mindset like a Ronnie Lott.
I love Ronnie Lott. So just so you know, Ronnie Lott paid one of my fines. Helmet to helmet contact on it wasn't Burleson, it was the other little receiver from Seattle.
Daryl Jackson?
Nope. D-Jack was cool. I forgot he came over with us. It was the other little one. I got him good though. Woo, I got him really good.
TJ Hackett?
Mm-mm.
Corin Robinson.
No.
Deion Branch?
God. Yep.
The one that was the Super Bowl MVP, right? The Super Bowl MVP for the Patriots that year.
I got him good down that sideline, boy. It was vicious. Ronnie Lott paid that fine, by the way. $10,000. He paid that one. Thank you, Ronnie.
He got your back then. He got your back.
He said he misses he paid it because he said he misses that aggression and misses that just that the whole take on the game. He's like, I missed that part. Like, that's the part that the Niners were missing. They were lacking for a long time. And when I smacked him, he was like, boom, I got it.
You got it. Yeah. When somebody like him covers your fine, that proves that he's got a lot of respect for you. Like, I mean,
dude, it was it was straight, man. Like I said, it put me in a whole different category. Like I was so blessed that he even did that for me. Yeah, I'm doing an interview.
All right, man. We can just call it a day if you want, man. We got all we need.
No, bro. No, definitely. I appreciate you, man.
No problem, man. But I was thinking maybe in the near future, if you want to collaborate, I can probably just maybe get you and Mike Rump, and maybe you guys could debate together, and we can all have like a Niner stream debate.
Absolutely. No, like Niners that's my thing. I'm definitely down to do whatever. So let me know. Like I said, I'll be at the game on October 3rd, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I'm going to the one on the November 7th against the Cardinals when they play Is
that against the Cardinals? So I think they have something going on. Okay.
November 7th.
Bryan Young's induction to the Hall of Fame is right around there too. So
I believe
I want to say it's the 4th or something. So either way, let's link up. You got my number now. Sorry,
yeah, I got you and
for 5 minutes, but
I got you and Rump's number, and I got D Smith's number too. So it's like, hey, man, it's like a dream come true. Who would have thought this kid grew up watching the team and got these guys?
Hey, pull up on us, and we, like I said, somebody gave me full access to the stadium. So if you want to pull up,
all right, man. Appreciate it, man. You're good.
All right, brother. Good to see you. Thank you.
No problem, man. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Send me.
All right, man.